I want to talk to you today about on track and on schedule. Now, it's one of those sayings that the person or the company that sees the whole picture obviously understands if they are on track and if they are on schedule. And I can obviously tell you that as far as Victory with Ash is concerned, we are on track and we are on schedule. We might not see it from our end being like that, but I can assure you that behind the scenes, everything is going according to plan. Everything is working in the right direction and everything is on track and is going to schedule. Always, when you are rolling out something in a strategic manner, it might feel like a lot of waiting is going on. And that is because the onboarding has to take place in that controlled environment. The KYC has to be done in a controlled environment. And all of these things combined add to getting as many people into one place in a controlled way as possible. And this is why, obviously, the ones who were earliest to enter Victory with Ash are the ones that are waiting the longest for things to develop as far as the training modules are concerned. But it also reflects the promise of our CEO. It reflects the promise of our CEO. And what is that? That is saying that nobody will be left behind who has been of good character, and everybody will start their training process at the same time. And this is where we said originally, if you remember, this isn't a race to get in. This isn't a whoever gets in first is going to be further ahead than somebody else. That's not the case at all. We are just onboarding people into an area where we can communicate, where we can get information, and then we will all start from there at the same time. Quite simply, that's all there is to it, really. Obviously, there is a lot of things happening behind the scenes as far as the tech guys are concerned and everything, but nothing else really is happening within Victory with Ash. But being on track and on schedule is very important for businesses. It is a phrase that is used often. Why? Because it really means that a project or task, or in fact, an entire operation is progressing as planned within the established time frame that they have put to themselves. Now, we don't know what that time frame is. But if we are told that everything is working fine, everything is on track, everything is going to be scaled out in that schedule that they are doing, then this means to me that our CEO is very happy with how things are progressing. Staying on track obviously involves a proactive planning, monitoring that progress of how things are going and making adjustments, obviously, to achieve that specific objective of the business. It's also interesting as well, isn't it, that if you are sticking to your goals and your scheduling and tracking that progress as you're going along, it also makes you focus on how things are progressing. You know, the scheduling part involves planning and organizing those tasks, setting deadlines, in fact, for those tasks to be assigned in a timely manner. And obviously, you sometimes need to tweak things, maybe improve things in certain areas to keep to that schedule. Also, tracking the progress and monitoring it is crucial for you to stay on track. Various tools and techniques are used within businesses to keep you on track. For instance, software, regular reviews, charts, etc. All of these will be done behind the scenes as far as a business is concerned to be able to track the progress of the scheduling to make sure that you are hitting those schedules on time. And it really does help because it compares to the actual progress of the plan to what is happening. and you can see it side by side of where are we within our schedule. Are we on track for it? Do we have to adjust things, etc.? Now, I don't know what the schedule is. I don't know what the big plan is, but he certainly has got something that he wants to try to get to, whether that's a number, whether that is efficiency, whether that is the system working in a certain way. All of that is something in his mind that he wants to achieve before we then move to the next phase of Victory with Ash. All of this is good news for most people. Why? Because it means that all of this period of time that is going on, more and more people are being onboarded. Now, that phase now is working very well. People who have had a link are being able to register, get verified, and do KYC in a very smooth manner now, as far as that onboarding is concerned. And that is true testament to having a few bottlenecks at the beginning because of the amount of volume that was cascading in. That had to be cleared, and now it is a lot more controlled as far as that onboarding process is concerned. And I'm sure our CEO is extremely happy with that progress as far as the onboarding is concerned. And talking of onboarding, before we move on, if there is people who still have not had an invite, whether that is from somebody who has reached out to you, you can, of course, reach out to other people. It is entirely up to you if you want to do that. And this is building that relationship between the invitee and inviter so that you build a very strong bond and understanding of how your circle is all working. It is important, in my opinion. I've said it many, many times. We're not after quantity, we're after quality. And I would much rather work with 2 or 3 extremely hard-working, focused people than 100 who are along for the ride. That is not what business is all about. And we have said it many times as well, that this business model, this new business that we are going to, the big, bold, beautiful shared dream of our CEO, Ashmi Farah, is going to require not only our effort, our dedication, but also it's going to require us to do something. This is not a passive income. This is a new business. This is something brand new. And we are going to be given the skill set through Victory with Ash to maximize our best ability, I suppose, to be successful in the new business. And this is why I think it's really important to not just get numbers, but to get quality people that you know that you can work alongside. And this shows you really as a good leader of your circle. If you can work with these people, if you can help them, if you can help them to become better themselves, that is you really stepping up to the mark and becoming the leader that you should be as far as business is concerned. So what are the sort of strategies that we think they are using to stay on track and to their schedules? First of all, most companies need to prioritize, and this is identifying and focus a high priority task first, often using methods that are known to businesses, and then managing that workload effectively. This is part of the, I suppose, the tracking progress that they have, identifying things that need to be prioritized before something else. Like I said, that became a bit of a bottleneck when everyone was trying to get through the one gate, and it caused a bit of a backlog. This now has been cleared, and people can now onboard very easily and efficiently. That was one of those prioritizations that needed to take place. Also, realistic planning, setting achievable deadlines and allocating time for unexpected interruption helps to avoid over optimistic estimates and potential burnout from the team that are working behind the scenes. It's also interesting, isn't it, that as much as we want things to progress quicker, these people have lives as well, and they need to have their days off, their rest days, their time away, and all the rest of it. And even though from our end it looks like things are running 24/7, not necessarily that means that things are being worked on 24/7. So we do have to really cut a little bit of a slack to the tech team in some cases if we don't feel things are going to our time plan. Also, clear communication, keeping us informed about progress, potential delays, and recovery plans foster transparency and managing expectations. Now, I would like to talk more about this, but those are things that are within Victory with Ash and things that I cannot talk about publicly. Those that are within Victory with Ash will understand that you are being communicated with, and you will have those updates within the platform. Also, tools and softwares, utilizing the most up-to-date tools, planners, projects, scheduling software, etc. Often help to manage dependency on people and help to coordinate team efficiency by using the latest technology to be able to bring this into the 21st century. So by effectively managing schedules and tracking progress, businesses can reduce their schedule, improve efficiency, and increase the likelihood of achieving those goals in the time scale that is allocated. I brought this up because I think it's important for us to understand and realize that just because we don't necessarily understand it, we don't see it, we don't know it, doesn't mean to say that what our CEO has started with Victory with Ash, from his point of view, everything is on track and to schedule. It really is, from our point of view, worth noting that we should not feel that things are not in that manner. They're not on schedule because we're not seeing things from our end. Actually, far from it. Things are progressing in the right manner. Things are on track and to schedule. And the more time that we are going down this route from the very first day at the beginning of November, then every single day that passes makes a day more efficient for others to enter. It makes the whole system more efficient because it's then starting to settle down, bed in. Any little niggles have been ironed out, and it becomes a lot more efficient all over. This is why I think it's important for us to know that everything's okay, nothing to worry about, we're on track, everything is to schedule, and before you know it, the majority of those who want to be part of Victory with Ash will all be there, and then we can start communicating within that platform rather than having to talk in riddles outside of it. Anyway, guys, that is it from me for today.